Can ivermectin be used to treat COVID-19? This is what we are going to discuss in this video. Ivermectin has been trialed in treating the coronavirus disease or SARS coronavirus 2 infection, which is the virus that causes the COVID-19. The trials so far have shown ivermectin reduces the number of cell-associated viral DNA by 99.8% in 24 hours. This was an in vitro study, which means they were testing cells in the laboratory and not in the living organisms. Studies are now needed to be done on ivermectin on people or animals to see how well this ivermectin works against COVID-19. This is in vivo testing. So this ivermectin is currently an FDA approved medicine for the treatment of intestinal worms. It has been established as safe for human use. So what is this ivermectin here? Ivermectin is currently used to treat parasitic infections such as intestinal worms, lice and mites. Recently, ivermectin has also been studied to treat a range of viruses. So the point over here is, how does this ivermectin work on COVID-19? So when we talk about this novel coronavirus, that is SARS coronavirus 2, this virus, to make you sick, it has to first infect your cells. Secondly, it has to go into a bubble in the middle of the cell, called as nucleus, where the virus makes heaps of copies of itself, so it can spread around your body. So there is a protein called as cargo transporter, and the virus needs to work with this to be able to get into the nucleus. So this ivermectin is a drug thought to block the cargo transporter, which means the virus cannot go inside the nucleus. So it cannot make copies of itself. And this could stop the virus numbers from increasing and stops the infection getting worse. This is how the ivermectin acts on our body. Is ivermectin an approved medicine by the FDA? Remember this point very clearly, that ivermectin is approved by the FDA for the parasitic infections, but not for the COVID-19. It is still under clinical trial. So the ivermectin tablets are available, which is an approved medicine by the FDA for the use of intestinal worms. And ivermectin cream is also available, that is ivermectin cream 1% is approved for rosacea. And ivermectin tablets are also used off-label for a number of other conditions also. So the question is, what happens next? So we will be waiting for the clinical trials in the patients to see how well this ivermectin works in treating the COVID-19 individuals. They will be testing whether ivermectin decreases the symptoms, time of recovery and death rate from the COVID-19. This is what we have to wait for. As we already know that this ivermectin is approved by the FDA, by this we can say that it is established that it is safe for the human use. So what is the bottom line statement I want to tell here? Clinical trials in the laboratory, that is in vitro on ivermectin, shows that ivermectin reduces the number of cell-associated viral DNA by 99.8% in 24 hours for the SARS coronavirus 2, which is the virus that causes COVID-19 pandemic. So more studies are now needed to see if these positive results will be the same in the human testing, that is called as in vivo testing, and whether this ivermectin will decrease the symptoms, time for recovery and death rate from the COVID-19. So again and again I want to repeat this point, that ivermectin is already FDA approved medicine for some type of intestinal worms, but not for the COVID-19 as of today. It is known that this ivermectin has a good safety profile. So let's see what's going to come in the future.